We have been receiving quite so many questions about guidelines and regulations and classification societies, so we will try to address some of this today. What we can start with is saying that the first ship running on methanol was Stena Germanica. It was commissioned in 2015. We have been co-developing this together with Stena since 2013, and of course with a class society as well. So we have great accumulated knowledge when it comes to safety requirements, regulations, and classifications. But we also can say that from that time, 10 years back, there are now more than 100 ships which are under class for methanol fuel. And with this, this is just a proof that the industry have been moving into this direction. And as Jeremy said in the beginning, Clarkson is forecasting 1,200 ships run by methanol in 2030. So there is a clear guidelines, and methanol is a very safe choice as alternative fuel going forward. But I think Ron would have much more hands-on info from Germanica and also from Proman Tanker. So over to you, Ron, for some hands-on experiences.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, safety is key. That goes without saying. We don't do anything that jeopardizes our crew or our customers or our cargo. That is for certain. So one of the aspects of methanol has, as I said earlier, always been the safety factor. Actually, we didn't face any significant technical challenges here. In the beginning, we had some concerns about double-walled piping, high-pressure piping. That's been one of the issues we had to solve in the beginning. I mean, we have to keep in mind we've developed this on board. There was very much an R&D on board of an operating ship. So of course, there's always initial hiccups that we had to deal with. So the vibration of piping, quite long pipes through the engine room area on a RoPax ship especially. So they had to be fixed, and you can imagine it's not easy to find a leak on the double-walled piping. That can be quite heartbreaking to find, but we did, and we had to fix more strong points to make sure that doesn't happen again. So it was very much learning as we did. The other thing we had was issues with the injectors on the engine. That led that we had to shut down the engine for a while, repair, and then continue the safety system, made sure nothing happened at all. But these were initial challenges we had to face, and now the ship's running perfectly fine, so we had no trouble there at all. But again, this is the risk we take when we lean out a bit and develop new things. Then we have to face the fact that not everything is readily developed, and we learn. But crew training is key, and we had to also ensure with the first one out that we get the buy-in from the crew and also our customers, and make sure we communicate clearly what we're doing here and about the risks. We educated on the fuel itself, what it does, its toxicity and the risks, but then also how do we mitigate that on board. So we ran very extensive risk analysis and mitigation processes to make sure we're geared up for this, especially, of course, on the passenger ship. But then since it's been extremely well received also by customers, we show very clearly on board what we do, and there's tremendous interest from our customer base. They want to understand more. Not just from freight and logistics, but actually also the travel guests on board are quite interested in what we do there. So I would say, yes, we had some technical hurdles in the beginning, but over time we solved that fairly quickly, and it never led to any serious incidents on board of our ship, not at all.
Great, thanks, Ron. And I see now that my camera is working. So the wonder of technologies, the gods of technologies are nice to me today. So here I am behind my screen. We can also say that yes, there are established guidelines by every classification societies that you can lean on, so you don't need to reinvent the wheel. There are established guidelines and procedures and regulations as well, and we would be happy to support you in this journey if you choose methanol as your alternative